Before performing prayer, the first thing that we need to do is to perform wudu or ablution. But how can we take wudu if there is no water, or if we are injured due to burns or something else that requires us to avoid contact with water in order to prevent further damage? Well, the answer is tayammum. In Arabic, tayammum literally means aim or purpose. Well, in Islamic law, the definition of tayammum is the act of wiping the face and both hands covering the elbows with clean soil, dust, or other materials that can be used according to certain conditions with the intention of purification. Interestingly, the conditions to why, what, and how to perform tayammum is actually mentioned in the Quran, specifically in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse number 6. Hope that helps.
وإن كنتم جنبا فاطهروا وإن كنتم مرضى أو على سفر أو جاء أحد منكم من الغائط أو لامستم النساء فلم تجدوا ماء فتيمموا صعيدا طيبا فامسحوا بوجوهكم وأيديكم منه ما يريد الله ليجعل عليكم من حرج ولكن يريد ليطهركم وليتم نعمته عليكم لعلكم تشكرون.
When do we need to perform tayammum?
Tayammum can replace obligatory wudu or bathing under specific circumstances. There are 7 conditions, which are absence or lack of sufficient water, during a journey, harmful water, being injured or sick, to save water, avoiding danger, and uncertainty of reaching water.
Next question. Why does being sick is also included as the reason to perform tayammum? Elaborate.
In Islam, individuals with poor health conditions are given many leeways for prayer. The same goes for the procedure before salat, which is performing tayammum. This is because if the patient is injured on the wudu body parts, they will be restricted from touching the water. After all, it may cause harm. But if they still can touch water, the combination of wudu and tayammum is needed.
In general, there are 2 body parts involved in tayammum, which are the face and both hands. But if someone is in a condition with their hands and feet being bandaged, how can they perform tayammum?
The first one is if water does not bring harm to the body parts involved in wudu. The patient is required just to perform ablution using water. The next one, if someone is in a condition where contact with water will bring harm. There are certain conditions that need to be fulfilled. First, wash the wudu's body part that are not wrapped with a bandage. And then, graze some water on the bandage part. But tayammum still needs to be performed on the parts wrapped in a bandage. The purpose of tayammum is to perfect the wudu for us to perform the prayer. So, do we need to conduct the prayer if we perform tayammum?
There are actually 2 cases regarding the situation. In the first case, when it is wajib to conduct the prayer, is when the bandage is placed on the tayammum body parts such as the face or hands, or when the bandage is placed in the state of hadas, or when it is wrapped beyond the affected part. In the second case, when it is not needed to conduct the prayer, is when the bandage is not on the tayammum body parts such as the legs and so on, or when the bandage is placed during the state of free from hadas, even though it is being wrapped beyond the affected part.
This is demonstration and instructions of tayammum for patient with bandage one hand and one leg. Firstly, finding a piece of ground which is free of najasa. This may be any kind of ground surface that naturally collects dust like rock or sand, but for this demonstration we use on paper. Second, intending tayammum. Third, reciting the bismillah, then spray some water on hand and wipe face. Fifth, spray some water on hands and wipe arm from elbow to palm without taking off hands. And be mindful to wipe under the edge of bandage too. Next, placing one hand on the surface of the paper with tayammum powder and dusting off the hands. 7. Rubbing the face without taking hands off. Then repeatedly start from the previous and rubbing the hands with one another without taking hands off. Make sure to rub all the surround of your hands. Lastly, spray some water on hands, wipe part of hair and spray some water, then wipe both legs. Make sure to wipe under the bandage also. We can use clean earth piece for tayammum, but the ideas about what is inside of this definition or not is depending per madhab. Some madhabs accept big earthen pots, clay limestone, the tayammum stone, ta'ahir earth and wall of mud, stone or brick. For this demonstration we use tayammum powder.
Aishah, do you remember that we learned about tayammum last time? It's about that when we have injured leg and we have bandage around it, and also the injured hand. Does different mazhab bring a different method?
Yes, but then we only discussed about mazhab Syafi'i's ways, right?
Yes.
Actually, mazhab Syafi'i and Hanafi are quite the same. Both mazhab require the patients to tap on the tayammum dust 2 times before spreading it to the face and the hand respectively. But in mazhab Maliki and Hanbali, the patients only required to tap on the dust once before spreading it to the face and the hand.
Oh, really? But is there any difference in the body parts that involved in tayammum?
For the hand part, mazhab Syafi'i and Hanafi instructed that the patients spread the dust from hand to the elbow. But in mazhab Maliki and Hanbali, it's only from the hand to the wrist.
Oh, I see.
Iffah, in this book, it's said that Imam Hanafi does not put a specific time to do the tayammum, as it is not one of the conditions to perform tayammum. What do you think about the mazhab?
Oh, for the other mazhab, all of them have a conditions to perform tayammum because it must be performed during the time for that prayer. Do you understand? It is like okay, when you want to pray Zuhur, you need to do the tayammum when the Zuhur time is reached.
Yes. This is the first time that I heard about it, because previously I thought it is all the same all the time. No.
Oh yeah, you know, if you want to do the tayammum, we need to seek the clarification from the doctor. In mazhab Hanbali and Hanafi, we must seek clarification from only the Muslim doctor. But in mazhab Maliki and Shafi'i, it's either way it's fine because if the doctor is Muslim or not, we can seek the clarification from them.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.